Welcome to Bad Food Blog, and guess what we have again? We have Chicago Town subs. This one is called Meat Supreme, and because this is a meal for 2 people, we're going to have to cook 4 of them. Although I guess you could have 1, but there's really not much to them. Right, as you can still see, I'm still wearing funny stuff, and here they are. And it's pretty much the same as the last one, which was cheese and tomato, apart from it's got lots of little bits of meat all over it. And they appear to have some different types of meat. There's some lighter meat and some darker meat and some lighter meat and some... So one of them appears to have different meat onto the other one somehow. Is that even meat or is that mushroom? It's hard to tell. Let's get a knife and open both of these. Of course, they're frozen, so they're not really going to smell like much at the moment. But I imagine they're going to be pretty much the same as the last 2. Let's put them on the tray, ready to cook them. Sorry, still having to do everything one-handed. And as before, they take only 13 minutes in the oven. There's no microwave option for these, which I'm glad of, because that would just be awful. And they still, this one appears to be slightly less generous with the cheese on the 2 cheese and tomato, but slightly more generous with the other toppings. So, I mean, they aren't too bad at all. There they are. I wouldn't normally praise a food, but that doesn't look too bad. I can't see anything immediately wrong with that, or that I wouldn't want to eat that once it's cooked. I do want to know what they do with all the top half of the buns. Where do they go? I don't know. So let's have a look at some ingredients while we're waiting for the oven to heat up. So cook from frozen. Cook at 200 degrees centigrade. Oh, the oven's too hot. It's on 220. Let's turn that down. And 13 minutes. Although it says 13 minutes, then just next door it says quite clearly that 13 to 16 minutes. Remove all packaging, yes. Place onto a baking tray. Place onto the middle shelf in a preheated oven. Easy enough. Check sub is hot through before serving. How do you check if it's heated through? Because even an infrared probe is only going to get the outside. I mean, I've got this thermometer thing I can stick in stuff. I guess it's just a way of them saying that it's your responsibility if you don't cook it fully. Now, the nutritional information... The traffic light system has not been adhered to. Can you see that the traffic light system does not have any reds? Even though salt and salt would probably be red. And that's each sub. So if you're having 2 of these, you're having 50% of your salt for a day. Well, let's cook them and see what they taste like. Back in a minute. Oh, first let's have a quick zoom in so you can have a look at them. They just look so bad frozen. Everything looks bad frozen. Okay, back to when they're cooked. And they're ready. Yummy, 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 yummy. There they are. And they don't look half as impressive as they did before they went in the oven. Everything's shrunk a little, which is, I guess, what happens when frozen food gets cooked. But doesn't look too bad, does it? They've just come out of the oven, so they're a little bit hot to eat at the moment. I'm going to move them to the plates using these tongs. Best thing ever. Oops. Oops, 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 oops. Let's just pretend that never happened, right? Maybe tongs aren't the best thing to pick these up with. Yep, that's not going to work. They're pretty solid. They become extremely crunchy is the best way to describe it. Let me just cut off the end of one and give it a quick try. As I said, doing all of these things one-handed is much more difficult. There we go. That's so you can see what it looks like on a cross section. A bit doughy in the middle as always, but the bread looks nice, and the sauce on top is very hot. I got some bacon and it must have been beef or something. Again, tomato sauce is more like a pasta sauce. Has a lot of herbs and spices in it, which is good. Overall, I think it's quite nice. So that's these. Chicago Town Subs Meat Supreme. And with that, it's thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe. And I'd say that that's quite a good snack, but I don't think there's anything good about the food as a whole, you know, as a food. Come on, you got to admit, you got to understand what bad food is. This is frozen, instant, you know, heat up in the oven pizza. Of course it's bad food. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment and subscribe.